All right, everybody, thank you for holding on and hanging out in the chat with us. Now we've got the races. Sax and Viper here, and once again, it's Do Whatever in the booth here to commentate. How are you feeling today?
Once again, super excited to commentate this one as well. Oh, okay. We got the stats first. So we see saksdal on the A spot, and SuperViperT actually doing just a tiny bit better than the 6. So gonna be interesting.
Yeah, both in our kind of 1-1 bracket here. We've got saksdal, who took down JJ but lost design. He had a pretty bad race, got a 54, got a 51 against JJ though. Viper, on the other hand, has gotten a 51 against Momo, which he lost, and he won against Boobob with a 50-25. So that's like a really big scalp to take here. So currently Viper a little bit more consistent, but saksdal a very good player as well.
And we are off. Let's go. I guess it's worth mentioning that this one is indeed pre-recorded before getting into questioning.
Okay.
So, but no one really knows what happened yet. Me and Baronis are seeing this for the first time, so very interesting. And yeah, SuperViperT, I just know that he usually plays quite consistent. I haven't seen too much of him yet. saksdal, on the other hand, I'm actually not too sure.
Okay.
He seems like the kind of guy to go in with strats and then do more like big mistakes.
I guess so. He's not like one of those guys who tries to go for everything, but he does have a really good sense of like what he should go for, and like he's definitely up to date with all the new strats. Like he says that I guess this is in my interview with him that will get released at some point. Viper getting lacti skip, Sax missing it, so a small mistake here, gonna put him back, you know, about 9 seconds because he got the ledge grab.
Hopefully they're together though for that bomb club. You don't want to mess up lucky bombs and lucky to skip and bomb club.
Yeah.
Viper getting bought by the Goomba. And also dive grabbing the bomb might actually be trouble and stalling the bomb, and that should give saksdal the lead again if he can hit this.
Yeah, saksdal in the cage first. Viper kind of having to respawn that bomb takes a long time to do it. So cheeky little 3-second lead for saksdal here. Now, as I was saying, like he's pretty much watched videos of like all the gameplay ideas and has been up to date with like pretty much every new development in the game. So like pretty much any new strat that he wants to do, like he's at least looked at it and practiced it if he wants to do it. So like C700 with the slide skip, that's one thing he does that I don't think anyone else in the league is currently doing. One thing also that is kind of hot strat lately is the Wedge Our World elevator star, doing a box break with a triple jump. It's like very small time save, like 0.3.
I've actually seen him do that as well. I remember that. And a solid slide from him. 0.7 against the 13. No, well, sadly no double 12s, but we're moving on.
Shout out to Drogi, our highlight editor for D2.
Check it out. That one was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I love the if you guys haven't seen the Gainai moment, that's actually insane. Like, it's in there. If you want to see what I'm talking about, you should just watch it after this race, though. Once you get the time.
Yeah, if JRB was in 70 star, I'd say, you know.
I 100% agreed. Ooh, saksdal nailing it. As Viper also nailing all this nice.
Yeah, good to see them recovering here for the first star in Womps. Because, you know, every mistake on those costs like 8 to 10 seconds-ish, depending on how well you or how bad you fail it. So keeping it to one mistake early on here. 100 coin will definitely be the big selling point here. In Womps and saksdal fence clip, you can get some really weird behavior, like if you just get a slightly wrong angle or weird positioning, you can just get moved over into the piranha plant. But Viper going straight for 100.
Oh, like, it seems like he prefers to do that over Canonless. I always like to get Canonless out of the way as well, just like saksdal. Like Owls and Canonless are usually the stars that people go for first. Just wanna make sure they don't go wrong.
Viper going really slow on these islands here, but he didn't make any mistakes. He didn't fall. I think he just kind of got pretty bad speed off that initial side flip wall kick and couldn't really get anything going there.
Did saksdal just skip that kick? Wow, and he made the pro cycle as well with grabbing the first 5 coins on the beginning. He's going in right now. This 100 coins is pretty hard.
Oh, hitting the Prano pin on that hammer turn.
Of course, as I mentioned it.
Yeah. Okay, I did want to mention that because like when you do that kind of side flip double jump, you know, on the little part of the wall next to the wild blue star, you can actually skip the kick there. It's a little bit faster, not really necessary, but it makes the cycle a bit comfier, I suppose, if you're good at it. So another interesting thing that saksdal does.
Yeah, I would honestly, I would say that it's quite risky to go for that over skipping the kick, even if it makes getting the cycle a bit easier.
Yeah, and that pro cycle is pretty risky for races. Like, even if you can do it pretty well in PB attempts, you know, you never know what can happen in a race. And next thing you know, you lose 15 seconds when you could just have, like, put 2 seconds down and had a much cleaner 100.
Exactly.
But both of them going pretty well. Oh, saksdal missing that wall. He was so far away when he side flipped there. Kind of throws off the internal timing. Viper did a very safe Canonless as well. Got it first try. And decent wild blue. Nothing too fast either.
And just Worms and the tower star left. Shouldn't be any problems here, but you know, no, maybe something's gonna come up. Ooh, saksdal actually not going for the fence flip there, but Viper does. Saving just a little bit of time. It's not too much though. Yeah.
Nice Hurricane lag reduction on the ground pound. That's one thing, like, saksdal like knows which strats like are worth it. I guess he just decides that one isn't. And I can kind of agree with him there. It's a pretty small time save. And if you miss, you can barely slide and lose 5 seconds.
True that.
Dogi gonna put all these lag reductions in the highlight video. It'll just be like 15 minutes of the AUM. And like, not even like any...
Just the lag reduction.
Highlights. Dude, did you see this lag reduction on the penguin star? And then that'll be like 30 seconds.
But I think Viper just missed the fence flip there. I'm pretty sure he tried to go for it again. But yeah. Was ready for it.
Yep, Saks coming out on top here with a, you know, very high 6-minute Worms. Viper with the low 7. That pretty much just means like 2 medium-sized mistakes. You know, lag 2 bomb clip, lag 2 skip for Saks, plus what did he mess up otherwise? I forget.
I think it was just lucky to skip, honestly.
Okay.
And yeah, well, I was gonna say without that he would have had such a good Worms time for a race. Like 640 something is really good. Even like getting sub 7 in my opinion. It's not bad whatsoever.
Yeah.
The lead didn't really change much ever since.
Viper's
I guess saksdal saved a little bit of time. Oh, yeah, that ground pound. saksdal saved a little bit of time with that Worms 100, I believe, because he was so much faster than Viper. Viper also going quite safe. Now flying. Both grabbing those first threads very nicely. It's not easy. You get a lot of speed and it becomes hard to control Mario in the air. As soon as you have that much speed.
Yep. Kind of like mid-tier arcs for the coins, nothing crazy. But, you know, not going so slow either that it looks stupid.
For sure. That was pretty solid win cap, I'd say. From both. Just keep it in close.
Yep.
Into Dark World now. Let's see how they handle this one. Anything you can tell me about Dark World? What's up with the stage?
Well, it's definitely one of the worst stages to die in, especially early on in the run. But also, it's pretty much defined by its cycles, kind of in the middle section, which is where you'll, like, pretty much pick out what kind of movement you want to do for which cycle you go for. Both of them just doing Shig cycle, which is pretty easy, and you honestly can make it with a lot of room. Viper getting killed by the Goomba!
Throws him off, man. How is that gonna hurt?
Yeah, that's
some
like
people
a
like
30-second death.
Yeah, exactly. Some people like to change the camera to like see the Goombas, but not everyone goes for that. I don't go for that myself most of the
have
time.
good reflexes, lol.
Yeah.
Forehead.
Rip Viper though. It was so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you do that double jump, you can like do see right, and then you see what's ahead. Can react better to it.
Yeah, nice RNG this time. Going for Poverty Shig, which is what we call going for the red on the cheese block first. Look at
that.
He said he had good RNG, but gonna miss Shig now.
Gonna drop that normal cycle, slightly faster normal cycle. Yeah, saksdal now with a pretty nice lead out of Dark World.
Yeah. 10:08 or 10:09. So that's a pretty good comeback after missing Lactu skip. This is definitely like, I would say like a player at his level would be on like a typical run. Like if he was doing PB attempts, probably have like 1 or 2 little mistakes.
Honestly, like considering that he messed up Lucky Skip, I think Worms usually goes like how he had it right now. Otherwise, he'll probably reset. So I'm pretty sure he would get like sub 10s on this level. I mean, for him, he just seems to play really solid. His movement is pretty good.
Yeah.
Compared to like, I don't know. I don't want to downplay like D2, but oh no. Okay, go for that backup because it's super safe. But that's a massive time loss, and SuperViperT could just come back from this. Well, no, no, not completely. That's a bit far-fetched, but it's gonna save a lot of time over saksdal.
Yep. So decent backup there, but that is gonna lose about 15 seconds. So even though it's not as big of a mistake as Viper had, it's gonna keep him within touching distance. And like if saksdal made a really big mistake in CCM, it could go bad. Also, one thing that's kind of tough about saksdal CCM 100 is you can't miss any coins. So like the one right before the jump, you do have to get, like you can't miss it. So that can be kind of tough as well. You have to be pretty confident in that jump.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. You needed to get every single coin, and that, yeah, the one before the jump is the one that people usually miss too. So not being allowed to miss one, it's actually pretty scary, honestly.
Yeah, we'll have to see when it comes to it.
Very nice start to CCM though. Like walkers will walk well. Pretty nice.
Yeah, not a really hard star, but definitely one that gets messed up pretty often.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it's hard to hit that one wall kick. And Viper actually decided to go for a more easier approach.
Pretty good though. Oh, not getting the moonwalk there.
That kick was kind of interesting. Why? I don't know why he would press B at all for that.
Yeah. It might have been like a fat finger or something, but it seems like
could have been.
There is no reason for him to do that.
Exactly. And the little penguin coming up from Viper. Yeah, there shouldn't be any issues there, ever.
Yeah.
Pretty easy star. And now we're gonna see the 100 coins from saksdal. I love seeing the way he does it, honestly, it looks so cool. I don't think anyone else goes for that strat, right?
No, he's the only one in the leagues as far as I know. That's a sucky invis well. Just happens that way sometimes. So you just know Quinn's going in the slide now to skip a decent portion of it. And this saves like a second or two. Like, it's not a huge time save.
Oh, damn. Do people do this? They don't do it in 120, right? I mean...
You can do it in 120. In fact, like, I think more people would if they just haven't been playing for so long.
True. Oh, there it is. Slide skip. Nice.
I always wonder if, like, some days they're not going to have, like, enough distance to make the jump, because you kind of land, like, as soon as you make it. But they're always fine, it seems like.
And Viper coming out with the CCM 17, so slight draw difference.
Slag reduction from Saksdale. It seems like he went into Mario Cam right before grabbing the star to not look at the penguin. I don't know if that saves lag frames, but that looked pretty hot.
It did.
Put that in the highlight video, Drogi, because you probably know if it does. Alright, Viper wrapping up his CCM17. aka not racing the penguin. A bit more consistent since the penguin, like, if you mess up the penguin race, yeah, you're in.
Like, you can either. It actually happened to Gainai again. If you watch
Saksdale,
like
whipping it
Gainai
out.
almost got like pushed off on the slide, and that can easily happen if you jump too early. He survived somehow. I don't know how, but yeah, that's something that can happen with the penguin. He can also randomly fall off as well. That's why, yeah, it doesn't happen that often, but it did happen in a race already as well. So yeah.
Did you see Saksdale did the pingu trick, like the Z drop?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
It's a cool strat.
It is, and it's not easy to pull that off. I've been having so much trouble with that lately. It's just doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely like, it's even a bit more risky because you have to touch the slope that you jump off of, or like the second part. You can't touch it for very long, otherwise you'll bounce normally. You have to go for like a pretty quick turn. Not doing a long jump into the boo, so one thing that maybe he's taken a bit safe, but pretty good. I haven't seen like any big mistakes for him, which, like, I know Saksdale isn't like a crazy inconsistent runner, but he's also not known to be super consistent either. So this is a really good start.
For sure. I'd love to see if, like, do you happen to know if he's been grinding a lot lately, or?
Not really. I don't think he's done many runs recently. It's been
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm thinking as well.
his PB was a couple months ago, but like I think he's still fresh. Like he plays a bit, but he more just likes to do like individual stars or like check things out with like strats and all these kind of things that aren't like really RTA.
That's interesting. Like, it's obviously good to still play, but then going into a race can be super scary, honestly.
Yeah.
It sort of feels like, even though you've been practicing, if you didn't do runs, it still feels like you're a little bit rusty sometimes at some places.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this run's been super good so far. So
Yeah.
D2.
Like the two mistakes were lactu skip and sky jump, and that's like it. Those are pretty uncommon. Well, not uncommon.
No,
but they're kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Alright, plus
No,
Viper got big bomb.
Looking good. He probably goes for double plus, right? He still does HMC late, so he has to do double plus. And yeah, he does. He actually goes for secrets first. I would like to recommend people to go for the other stuff first, just in case you can't hit that double plus and you gotta make some on-the-go routing.
Definitely.
So you, like, don't waste time with doing the longer star. And Saksdale also a little bit of struggle at the end, but getting in. Only has to do one.
Yeah, Viper's got to grab a big bomb again here. Well, it doesn't have to be a big bomb, but you definitely want to go for it. See, another big bomb here. And they both do the pretty easy plus method, no tunnel plus or anything crazy.
The second you start practicing tunnel plus, that actually becomes impossible, because you always, once you start doing tunnel plus, you always get the weird jump dive where you don't really get any air, you know?
Oh yeah.
And it's actually like becoming rather consistent to hit that over the other one that SuperViperT and saksdal do.
It's really interesting. I wouldn't have thought that it would actually make you worse at the other strat. In fact, more often than not, I find that practicing a harder strat makes like the other one easier, because you have like a lot more room for error.
The way I come to notice that if you jump onto the slope or like onto the edge, right at the edge, that's always when you're gonna get the low jump dive.
Yeah.
And then when you jump onto the slope differently, you're gonna get the other one, right? So I know it's kind of not that much harder with that jump specifically, but yeah, it determines if you're gonna get tunnel plus or not. Either way, I'm kind of digressing here. Saksdale actually has a really solid lead out of SSL now. Pretty strong.
Yeah, Viper still got both of his plus attempts down, so this is still definitely doable for him. His SSL time was like a high 18, which is nothing crazy, but it's like decent enough that he's still definitely in the race. And I think the way saksdal's been playing, like, he might be able to extend his lead a bit here, but you never know. Oh, missing that triple jump, you know, just off by a frame or so on the input.
Can't get up. Ooh, that was an interesting side flip though. I was just reading movement from both runners looking pretty crisp, like in chat, and as soon as someone typed that, saksdal just deciding to mess up that triple jump on the arc.
Yeah. We're having a little bit of trouble getting into the volcano. We'll see what lava boost he goes for. Okay. Oh, triple jump.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of this because it's actually hard to hit that on triple jump on the small stone. But he's good. No issues.
Yep.
Ooh, and saksdal on the other hand with the... I was confused with the two, so... Can you tell me which one that was? Akira boost?
Yeah.
Alright. Slightly easier than Pro Boost, so... Can see that. I've actually haven't traded myself. I don't know if you know like how much easier it would be.
Do you... Wait, you do the old long jump boost or do you do a pro boost?
I do the Pro Boost, yeah. How like that compares to Akira Boost? What?
Oh, Viper gonna die here. Oh, barely making it back on the elevator here. Good back up there. That's what's out for the flame, but he's okay.
God, he almost jumped into
Very
that. And
nearly
saksdal as well, falling down.
Oh no! Okay,
Also
still.
Dude.
Both runners refuse to die at least.
Damn, at the same time too.
Okay. So, I would say that Akira boost is not much harder than the normal long jump method, although I haven't put much time into Pro Boost, so I don't know how much easier it is. I think Akira boost is pretty easy though, and like, it's a nice, consistent strat that's also not slow.
So it's definitely worth going for that in races over like Pro Boost.
I think so, yeah. It's like you can get like low 19s.
Damn.
It's not bad.
And also that ground pound from saksdal, also pretty crisp. I've actually still conflicted about that. If like with the side flip, I used to think that you don't really save much with the ground pound if it's not super perfect, because you can get a really good side flip as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
Pretty good times with.
But you can also have what Viper had, which is like you're too far away to start the long jump, so you don't get a good ending. So
yeah,
you're not guaranteed to have like a perfect side flip bully. He still took an extra burn here as well.
Luckily he was safe though, and also messing up these bullies. Good thing he has enough health.
In the back.
That
sucks.
Oh, can't get this.
Oh no, saksdal getting bullied so much right now. Can't get this guy off. Okay.
Dude, Viper's actually made up so much time. They're actually on the same star now, and almost tied up again, just because of those bullies.
Viper down only like 5 seconds now.
And of course, we're gonna go back into basement later on. First, we're gonna take care of upstairs, Fire C, DDD. Oh, but no lag reduction coming out from here. You can actually Mario sit down on that door to get a little bit of lag reduction there.
Yeah, it's also nicer because like you can just hold straight rather than like sometimes when you go into a door you just like walk at a weird angle before you long jump. I don't know if that's like always the case.
Yeah, I didn't think much about the angle afterwards. See these chests. Ooh, yeah, saksdal actually actually like almost grabbed the wrong chest there. Had to avoid it a little bit.
Yogi watching very intently, but pretty good.
Slightly worse turn at the end from Viper, but not bad at all. Ooh, but stops his swim. Might have just slipped his finger a little bit. Well, there's not really much that can go wrong in DD, I would say, other than the mentor, so this one should be going pretty chill as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think... Well, we're gonna see if anyone's gonna go for front sub, and saksdal is not indicating with that camera already. That's well SuperViperT not going for front sub. Which I can understand, it's like quite risky and doesn't save that much.
For sure. Honestly, like, I'm not really qualified to talk about it since I like haven't really practiced front sub. It's one of those things that like I never really considered doing. So it's like, if you've never done it, don't try it. But if you have practiced it, I don't think it's like that crazy. Plenty of people do it in runs, just
Yeah,
mostly people who have been doing it for a long time.
I did. I'm so conflicted too because I messed it up quite a lot, fair amount, but I don't think it's too bad either. You do have a visual cue and when you know when to turn, but yeah, it's definitely just if you like very practiced in that star, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And nice mantras from both, so no manta trolls. That's what I like to see.
I think Viper still goes for like classic Fire C, which is like a good bit harder.
So we got like saksdal with the mostly updated strats and Viper a little bit more traditional.
saksdal is like low-key leads the meta in terms of strats. Oh, he missed the red coin.
He just missed the red, oh no. And Viper riding the elevator, dude, what is going on? These guys are just sort of mimicking mistakes. What was that kick into? Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
you can, that's a one-way wall. You didn't know that?
No, I actually didn't know. I've never had to back it up like that, and wow, okay.
Yeah, you can just like fall inside the cage if you click or clip whatever. Saksdal will get normal cycle. Viper needs to hurry up and get this long jump. Okay. If you would have missed normal cycle, it would have been very bad.
Yeah, so not really losing time to saksdal, like two massive mistakes, like both grabbing the same cycle.
Nice side flip for saksdal.
Ooh, that was crisp.
Well, I like how he turned the camera there because a lot of people will like, you know, ideally you just jump off the pole as soon as you grab it, right? But if you are a little bit late, you'll turn. But when he turns the camera, you're just gonna climb at the right angle anyway. So it might be a little bit laggier, but it's definitely a smarter way to do it because then like you're pretty much guaranteed to have the right angle for the wall kick.
That's true. I think with the side flip saksdal had though, his angle was looking really good. He probably didn't really need to climb anymore. Doing a strong big boy throw from saksdal. I always wonder if it's probably better to not get such a big throw in Fire C, right?
Yeah, you just want a bouncing throw.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how much the difference is, but just more air means more time.
I've heard it's like 0.3 or something. Like it takes Bowser longer to land, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it doesn't seem too bad, so if you happen to like spin the stick fast, it's not too bad at all.
Alright, with Dry World here, I think this is one of the, like, it's not one of the hardest start stages, but low-key it's kind of difficult to do. And also it's like really easy to lose a lot of time here. It's actually for the box star first.
And there we go. That strat is so hard as well. And goes for the triple jump with a low single jump. Not bad. That's probably just as fast as doing a jump kick.
Yeah, it's probably like a couple frames slower than a kick.
But yeah, I was having a talk with Luigi about with Dry World. We're talking about choking runs, and it's always like kind of with Dry World.
See, look at this RNG here. Viper had to go all the way out for the Skeeter.
Oh yeah. That Skeeter, I've been thinking if maybe instead of going for that kind of bad RNG, especially if you get that one where the Skeeter runs away from you, you could just go for the backup box at the end instead of going for the Skeeter.
Yeah, backup box is pretty fast. It only loses like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and going for that Skeeter, that when he runs away, kind of annoying too.
Although,
but then again, you need to make sure to get like every coin, so maybe you would still need that backup box at the end.
Yeah. plugging myself because it's relevant here. You can actually go like around the other side of the big. What do I even call it? The thing that Viper's about to land on now. You can go around the other way, and it's like less than a second slower, but you can get the Skeeter first every time, or like you can't get trolled by the Skeeter if you do it right.
Yeah, I have no idea how that's called at all. It's just some sort of platform.
It was just a video that Art posted a while ago.
Oh damn. Okay, both runners having a solid route.
Alright, you can do a sick backup here. Sax going for the pro long jump. That's not gonna work.
That's not high enough though.
That long jump's a lot harder to do. Okay, just gotta figure this one out here. Alright, not too bad.
Now just need to land the triple jump as well.
Good job avoiding the switch.
It's actually put Viper in the lead. Like, Saksdal also got the elevator star.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Big boost for Viper here. He's been pretty much behind since he died in Dark World, but just been really consistent.
Yeah, didn't mess up anything too bad, and when he messed up, Saksdal also messed up, so it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Couldn't he just get the boxing 100 coins? Sadly, no, that one's only got 3 coins and he still needed 5. So he needed to jump back on that big tower platform thing where the 5 coins are. So that coin box with the 3 coins in there only really serves as a backup if you happen to miss like 1 or 2. Or 3. Or 4.
Yeah.
I think you can miss 4.
4.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Viper caught up by so much. It didn't seem like Saksdal had that bad of a 100 coin. He just messed up the ending. But Viper made up a ton of time.
Yeah, he was behind by like, what, 20 seconds? 30 seconds?
And not that much. It was like maybe 10.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Viper's gotta watch out for this fire. He can't get the secret.
So much lag as well, and finally got up there.
I'm missing the dive pip. This is good for Sax if he might be able to make some time up here. But missing a long jump input as well.
Also flying in the water. Looking a lot better here though. He's probably still saved some time over. Ooh, and the single jump. Oh man, but not getting the clip. The single jump strat though. Not bad.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
pretty
was just
spicy
saying, like,
lineup too.
Sure. I was just saying that Saksdal actually did take some time on the turbo jump. I think that's where, like, setting that up is where Viper finally got the lead.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
Pretty sure if he got like the wall kick, the long jump wall kick back up, he would have still been ahead for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, and now going for the mountain clip. Let's go. That looked pretty good as well. Didn't really lose much time over like when falling in the water.
Yeah, dude, I really like watching Saksdal. It's always like you see new things. I don't know what to say about it. Just like everything
It's
is like
different
very
from what
well
you-
thought out.
like, I think I know what you mean. It's different from what you're used to watching. Again, I don't want to make the difference from D2 and D1 too big because I think D2 is pretty stacked as well, as you can see with Saksdal, all these strats and then Blue Up and all that. But it's something that you're not too used to, I would say, when watching these races.
Yeah.
These kind of strats. Alright, and into TTM. It's like a 10-second difference, should be.
Yep.
So nothing too major at all. Like, any small slip up and Saksdal's back in it.
We saw a lot of like failed log wall kicks in week 2, so we could maybe have that issue again. You never know. Firsty for Viper.
Ooh, and it adjusted very nicely. Sometimes that can throw you off your positioning and stuff, but didn't have any problem with it.
Yeah, definitely. Good movement for saksdal as well. Gonna get this breathtaking view from Bridge Star behind the waterfall. Okay,
Well, that was an
missing the
interesting
jump
angle
pad.
from Viper, yeah. It's from all the way up there now.
Still got the ball kick though, so good stuff. And saksdal here, he's caught up a little bit, getting a nice clip. Not an insta clip, but it was like he was in the spot
Almost.
to insta clip, but it just didn't make it up.
Yeah, so close to getting that insta clip. Ooh, side bonk. I probably still caught up just a little bit by Viper swimming for so long. And the box star. This, I'm not too sure about the camera angle. Like when I tried it, it just wouldn't work no matter what.
It looked like he did like a C left or something, but then that feels weird because then you don't have a straight angle. And Mario Cam always pan back to the direction Mario is facing. saksdal gonna miss that roll out there on the mushroom. Went too far, got a bunch of dust. And with that, you know, you're just gonna get that kind of infinite rolling that just won't quite make it up to the ledge here. It's a very small time save. saksdal was feeling himself on the mushrooms. It's honestly like not crazy hard, but it's just one of those things like so many other things in Mario you do have to be pretty specific about.
Oh no, just not going for it anymore. Or did he go for it? Wait, am I imagining
No, he didn't do
things?
it that time.
Okay.
And Viper is a whole star ahead now, so extending his lead actually. Pretty much nothing big to mention here in Tall Mountain.
Yeah, Viper's been playing along very nicely. No problem.
Ooh.
And also hitting breezeless too. Nice. But yeah, just this camera in general for the box star, it seems like whenever I tried it, I would just would bounce off the mushroom, and I don't know how to fix that. That's why I still do the kind of noob way, where you bounce off the wall. It seems much more consistent to me.
Yeah. I have no idea what you said. I just said yeah.
that's
Viper's gonna
fine.
miss the wall kick. He's getting beep-bopped over here. Okay, gonna go back for freezing pond.
Oh, luckily not even close to a bebop. Just gonna say nope and go to the... gonna grab that star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that saksdal can capitalize on if he just hits this. Every mistake matters. Still super close, and again, is Super able to get up there? He is. Kind of a solid backup, but yeah. saksdal no issues with a total jump.
Alright, barely making up with a ball kick, but definitely a good time save here. Viper did open the door just a bit, and saksdal, I think he is still keeping it rolling on a nice pace. He did make a pretty big mistake on reds by dying, obviously, but it's like very little things that can have a big difference here.
And that kind of add up, right? And, if saksdal keeps on playing a little bit, just a little bit more solid, might be back soonish. And again, well, I mean, it might not nothing too major is gonna happen at HMC, but at Tippy again, might not even need just small time servers.
Alright, a couple quick ones for saksdal. Viper is already done though, and he's going to be heading down to HMC. Again, nothing too crazy that I would expect to happen in a Hazy Maze Cave. But you can definitely see a couple seconds. What are you laughing at?
Because just last race we saw JJ falling off into the pit and where the boulders head to as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he tried to go for the long jump strat for not Toxic Maze, the Imagine.
Yeah. Amazing emergency exit.
Exactly.
That's kind of a mouthful.
And then he just kind of fell off and bounced off the bed. Yeah.
Bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Almost
Get
saved it
good.
though. He had really good reactions, like hold back instantly, so he could still get on the slope, but didn't manage to jump off the slope and just died.
Alright, first star here is probably going to be box jump. We're going to get that Mario Kim going through the door. Oh, not getting enough speed there. That's a pretty annoying mistake. Or maybe he held neutral
And also the C
when
up
he
as well.
landed. Yeah. So box jump is kind of interesting because it's maybe made out to be like more complicated than it really is. All you need to do is triple jump on top of the box. But depending on where you land, you have to make different adjustments to actually land on it since it's not a very big surface. And also, like, you can't be holding forward all the time or you'll hit the wall or, like, go into the death zone. So maybe he neutralized, like, before he landed, and that meant he got a single jump instead of a triple jump. Saksdal doing it pretty well, though.
Yeah, keep saving small bits of time, so it's kind of coming back before the monster tippy's gonna happen.
Good start for Viper here.
Gets his second try, so not too bad, I would say. He still had the backup star now.
I'm surprised Saksdal didn't lag reduce for that door. You get a ton of lag running through there, and there's a few different ways you can go about reducing it. But he didn't do anything, just stayed in lag 2 cam, I guess. And the best lag reduction is to go into Mario cam, and then when you roll out, spam C right, and then lag 2 cam right before you touch the door. We're like 15 minutes behind, Guy and I. But maybe wouldn't be if D2 wasn't so bad. Got him.
Ouch. That's so mean.
I'm too bad for D2, so I can't even, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna, why is that one jump called Christmas Miracle? As far as I'm concerned, it's always just been like that because it used to be, people used to think it's random, how you like hit the switch and when it works and when it doesn't. That's how that kind of happened.
Yeah, you just need like a high, you need a triple jump at the peak of your jump and get like a not late frame wall kick. So like probably, if you get at the very top of your triple jump, you probably do it with like a 3rd frame. But yeah,
Exactly.
it's like, it is kind of tricky to get enough height to hit the switch, and like until people knew that, like obviously like you wouldn't really worry about it, so you probably wouldn't hit it most of the time. Because it doesn't seem like it would make any difference since you're falling so far through the air anyway. But that's
Exactly.
kind of,
It's like you're falling for so long, and if for some reason when you side flip walk, it just doesn't work. Well, if you don't like ground pound.
yeah. Oh, I think that was just one of the meme answers that we do. Because, yeah, that's all. I actually bounced for Viper, side flipping, Lactu coming in hot, but not gonna get that second jump.
This is Saksdal's chance to finally come back.
And another mistake.
This mistake.
Reds is a hard start to back up.
Yeah, once you miss that getting up there the first time, it just keeps getting more spaghetti with every single jump you do. And Saksdal hitting that like it a bounce.
Yeah, making it happen up here. Looks like he's gonna take the lead here, or just about be tied with the Viper. I'd say he's a little bit behind Viper still, but if Viper misses Lactu bounce again, Saksdal can take the lead.
Exactly, he's already sort of safe. Once you hit, like I said the last race as well, once you hit Lucky the Bounce, you sort of feel a lot better about Ram Ride as a whole. And Viper's on
got
again.
these kicks in. He just jumped too early for one of them last time, but was able to grab the bottom of the pole. Not gonna get up there! He jumped too early, and that's gonna give Saksdal an opportunity.
That is it. That is it. Saksdal's actually finally back. He should have the lead now, easily. Also a little bit of trouble on tricky triangles. Wow. Yeah, that's just something that happens way too easily in one ride. If you don't get electric bombs first try, it's just gonna haunt you. So I like that. Ooh, what was that?
Out there.
Yeah, that road was actually looking. It actually looked like it was faster than if he would have just slid off because he was
It's
like.
not. I'm sorry.
He was, but he was so far. I don't know, behind or
Oh,
low.
okay.
I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. In that case, yeah, rollout is fine.
Obviously, if you have enough hate and are close to the edge, then you just wanna dive into and slide off.
You know, I know neither of them win for this, but like when you do the side flip and like jump dive like as soon as you wall kick, like since like that's how you would do it a bit faster, it's actually slightly faster if you delay the dive a little bit. So like wall kick and then dive like 3 frames later. It makes you slide really fast when you land. I don't know what else to say, but it's like pretty interesting how like you wouldn't think it'd be faster to delay your dive, but it actually is by a little bit.
Oh damn. Yeah.
But it's really hard because you usually go over the coin when that happens. I love you too, Ganai. No homo.
I second that. And saksdal with the toad first, also missing the TTC entrance. But he should still be in the lead, just a slight ledge grab. Having to wait it out a little bit. Gonna hit his first triple jump, wall kick while Viper gets up, TC 100.
Alright, this is going to be pretty critical for Viper here. TDC 100 is a star that no matter how much you do it, you can always find a way to lose the run to it and mess it up in a really big way, because a lot of things can go wrong, especially at the very end. And when you fall down in some ways, you can't get back up. It'll just like, you'll just die if you bonk in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it can destroy you, and especially the RNG plays a huge factor in that kind of destruction.
Yeah.
So let's see how these coin boxes treat Super Viper.
Also, no safety red for saksdal either, which means he can't miss anything. Viper getting all 90 so far, but didn't really get a fast ending.
Let's still figure it out. You can still take that easily. That's still good enough for TC 100.
Definitely. But I will say, I'm kind of like on the safety red gang now, because it's like less than 2 seconds slower, and like I feel like you can do TTC 100 a good bit faster, because you're not scared of anything. At least in a race, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. Especially this one where saksdal is at right now, you can just breeze through and don't have to worry about the coins.
But that's a really good 100 for Sax as well. So really like nothing to point out here from both runners. They're just going at it and really trying to get this dub, even though it's still really close. I don't know what to say right now because Viper could lose his lead at any second.
Now, Viper could try to go for the other moving stars and then fall down, and he wouldn't have a backup anymore because he decides to get a hand first.
Yes.
He always talks about it, how it's better if, in case he messes up the triple jump moving wall kick, backing up with the other stars is faster. And actually, it's actually happening. Or is he gonna do
Going for moving reds here? Now this can be scary. He's kind of putting all his eggs in one basket here. He definitely looks like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, that's
all
so
right, good job, Viper.
Nice. We don't see many like moving reds backups that actually go well. But yeah, saksdal having a really good TC. Just gonna grab TC reds and moving bars, and he's good.
Did he do Toad first?
Yeah, he did too. Toad first.
And so for Viper a little bit early actually. That's one thing about like the easy cycle, you do have to sandbag just a little bit. Side flipping here to start off the triple jump, slight optimization here. Still looking pretty hot on these moving bars that aren't moving. Oh no, bad angle there. Or maybe just waited too long to dive.
Unfortunately. But yeah, he's looking very good. Has the star advantage and also doesn't have to get towed anymore.
Oh, Viper gonna get such a bad wall kick. He just couldn't even make it up onto that top step.
Yeah, at that point, I think that angle was so off, and I don't know, diving wasn't the best decision as we could have seen.
Yep. Nice side flip ball kick for saksdal, gonna close it out. And then Viper still needs rolling the cage, so that's gonna put saksdal in the lead. Missing those triple jump wall kicks, you know, put saksdal in the driver's seat here. Very consistent run for saksdal, even though it's like only gonna be like a 51 something. He made some pretty big mistakes. I think Tippy was pretty darn good.
Tippy was actually insane for saksdal. That just TTM would send him really far back. If he didn't have those mess ups in TTM, that death would have been a really good run.
Viper also died in Dark World due to RNG mostly, so it's like it's not a one-sided game. saksdal gonna die here. Viper gonna be pretty much tied now. Who's gonna get into the pipe first?
I think
Viper
saksdal
or
is slightly in the
saksdal?
lead. Just slightly in the lead.
Oh no!
Oh, but saksdal just made
0.1 lead here. It's all down to this, guys. It's gonna be the triple jump wall kick matters, the triple jump dive matters, your cycle matters, everything matters here. saksdal gonna get it as well. Dusty Round Viper getting amped. saksdal back in the lead with a bonk though. Viper with another lead change. It's gonna be a missed cycle for saksdal.
Not getting up. Okay, let's see. Does Viper
Viper
go
probably
for
gonna
the...
go for standing left, I would guess.
And
yeah.
he does.
Okay.
So the punch setup. He gets it,
like
no problem.
standing left as well.
And
He's still going for moving right. Oh, he lens grab though. That could have been everything. Oh, no, he's gonna fall.
Oh.
Viper in the pipe now. Just got to get 3 throws to close it out. saksdal had a really good opportunity, but it's all gone missing in
Looking
sky.
really good for Viper now. After that fell, saksdal. Oh, but Viper having... Oh, okay, nice grab from Viper.
Very slow spins here. He's got 1. He's got 2.
One more. And that looks good.
Really on point.
Wow. The bit spaghetti gave SuperViper the win. Unfortunate mistakes from saksdal's end. But he still can get quite a few points here. He's gonna hit those.
Oh, 1 spin. saksdal has like a really fast spin actually. He showed me how he holds his forward. He holds it by like the fingertips and uses like the kind of like the outside of his thumb to like spin. It's kind of weird. But missing 2 in a row, not really getting these on the mark.
Yeah, that bit, his Tippy was so good. But of course, it's never over until it's over. Yeah, this was, these 2 races were pre-recorded. We're not gonna have any interviews, unfortunately. Still a mid 52 from saksdal, so big GG's. Congrats to Viper on the win.
Yeah, pretty close point spread here. saksdal is going to get like 25 out of 30 that he could have gotten. Viper probably needed 65. Not quite a minute difference.
But yeah, we're gonna head right into the next race, Momo versus Blue Bob. So that will be it for me. I'm out for the day, I believe. Patronus is still gonna stick around, so...
Yep.
Good luck on commentating, it was really fun, dude.
Thanks, you too.
And yeah, enjoy the next race.
See you in a sec.